Hi guys. Here I am working on one quick demo to upload custom metadata types. What is a custom metadata? If you have worked with various metadata in Salesforce, we have like custom object, custom field, Apex, Visual Force, everything that exists in Salesforce that is a metadata. The internal architecture of Salesforce, it has so many tables in Oracle, multi-clustered Oracle database. So one of the biggest table that lives inside Salesforce is the metadata table. So there are various metadatas. I just mentioned Apex page, Visual Force page, Apex class, report, custom field, you name it. With every release, new metadata comes. So custom metadata is also one of them. So the limitation I found for uploading this custom metadata is data loader didn't support that. I mean, you can fetch the records from a custom metadata, but you cannot upload. So let me just show that. I don't know why no one ever noticed this. So I will show you here that it's certainly not possible to fetch anything to do anything else other than fetching. So here I am going for the export option. So I will log in. So we will wait for a few seconds and the login is done. So I will go for show all Salesforce objects. So here my custom metadata is meetup API key. So I type M and we have meetup API key. Now when I picked export, only then this meetup API key is there. You see that? Okay. Now if I pick any of these, like insert, suppose I pick insert and I go for show all Salesforce objects and I filter by M, it's not there. See, it's not there. And also the same for update, it will never be there. So this was the problem I faced. Means I'm just making this demo for sake of sharing the tool I have built, but I will get to that. So you have to have little patience why this theory I am talking about before we get to the meat. So this limitation was there, and in my project I was supposed to import the data today itself, and if I do not do that, the project is getting delayed. So how on earth I am supposed to do this when data loader doesn't support that? Am I going to just go for this screen and manage meetup API keys and upload records one by one this way? So that is not practical, right? And there is another tool which exists. It's called custom metadata loader, if you would have seen here. So that has a Visual Force page, and certainly we can push the CSV file here and we can upload that. But this is, even if it's an internal app, so it would still it will have its API limits. So, and also it's Apex, so we will have if Apex is there, we have to write the test classes and coverage and all these things. And it's not a standalone tool also, it has to be installed in Salesforce. So you have to get into the org and then install it and do all this stuff. So that's the thing. Even though this is a little in a sandbox environment, we'll be uploading the data and it's fine. Even if we do not write the test classes, it's fine. But suppose there is a tool like data loader which we have, which can upload a lot of things except for the custom metadata. So having such a tool, external tool, is always helpful if you want to just pass the username, password, and then push the data. Why you have to go into Salesforce and install an app and all these things like that? So that's there. Such a tool exists. I just wanted to tell you, if you Google it, you will find it. It's everyone uses that. But somehow I wasn't quite satisfied with the tool which we had. So I thought that why I cannot create my own tool. So initially I thought, okay, we have this custom metadata loader Visual Force page. So maybe I can build something in Lightning. If you wouldn't have checked my previous Lightning tutorial, so I encourage you to check that. We'll learn how to build Lightning components or stuff like that. So I have expertise in Lightning components. I thought, let's these guys have Visual Force thing, let's make something in Lightning. But then I thought, okay, why not a standalone tool? So that's how, means I got started with that, and I checked the source code of this custom this data loader Salesforce. Of course, they have the Salesforce licenses. You cannot copy, even though it's in GitHub and stuff like that. So it's not that hard, making some tools or something. It's not that hard. First of all, is you have to pick a language. I will go a little deep so that I can, impart the knowledge also how you can build a tool in any platform. So that in this video I will give ton of information, ton of things. So I encourage you to watch this video more than one times or as many times as you want. So this is all you will ever need to, if you want to build something, some tool, especially connected to Salesforce or just any other tools using Java language, because here I have used Java language. So how easy it is that you can not just create some desktop applications, but even those applications which can connect to an external system and pass the data and those stuff. So our example is not very basic, because I had been going to office and then whatever time I have, like 6 hours per day or sometimes 2-3 hours per day. So in that time I have built little concept, proof of concept kind of stuff, and it's a desktop application, and we will be able to log in also, and we'll be able to move the data. We will do that. So the tool is far from perfect, and with time I would be making more changes, so especially the UI will change, and in data loader we have all this, you remember, you would be able to match the field names, mapping all the fields, so those features also we will have. Right now I will get to that tool, so we will upload the data. Okay, let's get started. So this meetup API key, this is our object. So here the records and everything is empty. So for demo I am just uploading one record. So let's see if we can do bulk also, but for starters we will just upload one record. So I will launch the tool. The development is done in NetBeans. So this is Java, and I have been working around 3 years ago in Java. So it was little time to catch up with Java, and so based on that I thought that to use NetBeans, because here we can develop desktop application very fast, very easily, just drag and drop interface. So this is the tool. I will first log in here. Okay, I'm not going to give a demo on the tool, means how the Java works, but I'll give you a little taste that this can be built in NetBeans only. I will briefly talk about that once we finish the demo. So let's log in. My username is sangramkesri@developer.com. Password is my password, and security token I do not need, because I have not put any IP restrictions. It's 00 to 225 to 55, I guess. Yeah. So login, and then here is a little catch is there. Later on it would be a drop down. I think I would be having like all the metadata available in an org. They would be visible here so that they can be selected. Right now we will just pass this thing. So let me go back. That object name has to be copied perfectly. I'm not doing much of error checking here, so we will have those features soon, sometime maybe. So here I'm providing the meetup API key, and the Excel file which I'm using, the CSV file, it's this one, right? So we have four columns here, four fields, and why we have like this, because let me open this metadata in the site tab over here. So this is our object, and here we have three fields, and in here we have 1 2 3 4 5 fields. So these are our custom fields: API key, email, and username. Yeah, it's a little smaller, and I think it should be camel case. Okay, so this is our username, and this is the API. So these are three custom fields, and over here we have developer name and label. So these are our the standard fields. In custom metadata, what happens is these two fields are mandatory, and then these custom fields, they can be as many as like in any object. So I'm not sure how much limitations we have, the number of custom fields we can have on a custom metadata, but for now we have just three. So this is our schema, right? Two standard fields and three custom fields. We do not need is protected namespace prefix, so because we are just going for the basic things, so these are the things we need. And to create any new record, so label, name, and three custom fields, that also what Salesforce gives us. So we are going to pass the data here. Let me refresh that so that we'll know that we do not have anything here. Now we'll select the file. So this is my NetBeans project. This is the sample CSV file, because here, if you can see at the top of the Excel, I have a sample.csv thing. So we'll pick that, and we should have our NetBeans open so that towards the bottom we can see any debug logs, because our app is at very rudimentary stage. So let's upload. So you would notice that this thing is populated, and we created one component. So let's go and refresh that. So here some record has come. So let's see which data we have. One x1 max at developer1.com, a1001 max. So let's see if we have the same data. Yeah, correct. Now let's make some changes here. B and max, instead of max we will have like Sam maybe. So we will save this. So let's see if it updates or not, right? So if it should update. The tool which works is, it works on an upsert operation. So if you know upsert, right, means if the record is there, so it will update that. If it is not there, it will create that. So this leverage we will have while enhancing our tool, so that for means that functionality can be a generic one for insert and update. Like in data loader we have update and insert, upsert. These three we will combine in one place. So let's check. What I will do is I will exit now, because the data, if it is cached or something, I'm not sure if I'm clearing the cache. So let's relaunch the tool. So it's building, and we have to log in again. So log in, and then we provide the API, and then upload. So here our data is down here, and then component created. Of course these messages is just for seeing only. It doesn't mean that it's creating new component. It's only updating that. So see, this thing is updated, right? So if we go back, and if we see that, let me show here that it is actually an upsert operation. So you see, this is an upsert operation. Means if the record is already there, it's updated. So that's how the tool works. Now we will go for one more round, and we will do one bulk upload. So I will close this CSV file. I will copy this username so that we can use this API. Yeah, let's save it. Okay, override. Yep. Replace. Yes. Big CSV. Okay. So here we have a bunch of records. So many records. and let me put this thing over here, username, let's put A and B. Let's see if Excel can generate. Oh god, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So let's see if the bulk operation can happen or not, right? So I will again exit because caching I just told. So let's delete this. So let's go to our NetBeans and we'll run that. Login. I used to develop in Visual Basic previously. So Visual Basic means we can make our exes directly, but in Java we make jar, and then we use another. There is one more plugin. Using that plugin, we can convert that jar into exe. So NetBeans log metadata key I have supplied. Select file NetBeans. So let's see if it can handle bulk operation, right? Upload. So here our data is being passed. Component created. Let's see. Oh my god, so all the records are there. You know how means I would really be happy at that time if in that project I would have got this tool. We waited for several days, means even personally I took some time to find this custom metadata loader, even though I'm very good at Google search. So I sometimes think whether I'm a good developer or a good Google searcher. So it took me some time to find this custom metadata loader also. So, but then it was a little cranky. Means the way there is a developer who has developed this. So the way she has done that. If you would have heard about this, there is one library. There is a company, Financial Force. So they have developed one metadata thing. Basically, what they have done is in Salesforce we have all these APIs, right? Metadata API, partner, WSDL, metadata WSDL, enterprise WSDL. So that guy has taken that metadata WSDL and he is doing some changes in the XML. Basically, when you take a WSDL and go for this WSDL to Apex wizard, so it would generate the stubs for that. If you are familiar with that, if you have done that, try that once. It is really horrible and cranky sometimes. It will give you a bunch of errors. So sometimes, if you are lucky enough, you would be able to sort it out. So for this metadata WSDL, there wouldn't be much errors. It would be some 2-3 errors. So if that can be fixed, so then it would generate the stubs. That part is done, and each stub which is generated, so that would inherit the metadata class. So there is a class, and there is inside means how the stubs are generated. There would be a class inside, there would be inner class, and it would be complex. So that thing was there. So that lady who has developed this custom method, I believe she's a lady or maybe some guy, because in forums some lady would be there. So I thought that maybe the original developer is a she. So she has leveraged that metadata API that was developed by Financial Force people. So and she has come up with this one. So that's there, means it's totally web based, means Salesforce inside Salesforce. So Salesforce making a call out to Salesforce. So it's not a literal call out thing, it's not calling any external system or something like that. So Salesforce org is calling another Salesforce org. So you have to have this remote site settings and so many other things, and it really means I would want a separate tool to be able to manage a separate specific thing. I wouldn't want to mess with my org itself. So that was the thing. It was not architectural or something, it was philosophical mostly. Whether a standalone tool is good or something inside Salesforce, if we have, that is good. Especially for data management, we should have some tool, obviously. If we have some customization, if we need inside Salesforce, then we go for App Exchange or these apps. But this is a operation kind of stuff, so for that we should definitely have this tool. That's why we have Sublime and Maven's Mate, and why wouldn't we do all the development in developer console? So that was thing. It was not architectural, technical, it was more of philosophical, and I'm pretty happy with this. So this is just to give you a little taste. It's the tool is fairly simple. It's not that something is going on. It's fairly simple. So many things have to be done. This has to be a drop down, and maybe this UI would change and stuff like that. So here is the quick demo, and I would be uploading this source code to GitHub. So it will be open source, and those who want to contribute to the source code, they can go for that. I will explain the project structure, everything. So let's jump into that. First of all, is this tool is developed in NetBeans. So here I have my NetBeans ID, and I have put some theme, so it would look different from the default NetBeans. So in NetBeans we have so many things. Basically they are swing components. Swing means there are some component set of which like buttons, frames, these things. So using that we can create applications. So this is the basic structure, and this is one of the frames. Which one you just saw object name, select, file, upload. The second, the landing page, and then this is the login page where I provide the username, password. So these things are going on. So initially what I did is I worked a command line Java app, and I just wanted to have some sort of little mechanism which can work independently of the UI, and it can update the custom metadata. So that was the initial goal. When I achieved that command line app was done, so I hooked it to the graphical interface. So that's how it is going on. Here we have external Java dependencies. Like here, if you see JDK is there, I'm using JDK 1.8. You can use JDK 1.5, 1.6 and up. I think, because some specific things we would be using, and it wouldn't be supported below JDK 1.6, I presume. So here 3 jars are there. If you see force metadata API, this is what we are using for achieving this operation. And partner API, we can for authentication, like we are using username password flow. We can use OAuth flow also. So for authentication, we are using simple username password. So for that, I'm using this partner API. I'm not using enterprise Gradle. That means there are other utilities in this thing, Salesforce metadata. There are some other Java based projects also. They sometimes use enterprise Gradle also. That is also good. But when you are developing such tools, something like that, you should always go for partner API, because means once you authenticate, you can describe the org. Means there is a schema describe, so you can describe what metadata is present inside the org and do operations on that. So all those things are possible, and it's loosely coupled thing. So that's why I like partner API. And then Force Web Service connector, this thing is there. So all these things are found in the Maven repository, because our build system, it's based on Maven. So this is the pom.xml file you see here. So this is our don't get scary, don't get scared by looking at this. So it is just means you can copy it from the examples. Means pom.xml file, you will always get that. The real meat section here is these dependencies. So all these jar files which I just showed you, they have to be here. So when I am inside the directory structure, if I type this one command, mvn clean package, so it will generate all these jars for me. So when you go for this, when you fetch this source code from GitHub, which I would be uploading, I've already uploaded, so I have to just commit the new changes. So you have to install Java first, and then set Java _ home directory, and then you have to install this Maven also. So once you have these tools, Java and Maven, then you have to go to this directory and you have to run one single command, mvn run package, mvn clean package. There is some command, I will provide that in description. Why I'm using this ID, because we have these icons over here, like this one, clean and build. So mvn clean package, yeah, now I remember the command, mvn clean package, that's the command. So if I click this button, so it will do the same. So here it's doing the clean and build thing. So that's why using an ID is very good. So if you want to use ID, I would highly recommend you go for ID, so that all this automatic dependency injection in POM. Maven works on a principle called dependency injection. When you want to have some functionality injected into your app, so what you do, if you are a Java developer, you would have all these import statements, right? Like if I am having these import statements, if you can see over here, so these are coming from these jar files. So to add these jar files, we have two choices: either to update the pom.xml file and run mvn clean package, or I can just right click here, dependency folder, and add dependency, group ID, artifact, and version. These I can directly copy from Maven website. So I will quickly show you that. So if I have bookmarked that, yeah, this one, this is a great resource. So all these things I took it from here. So what I have to do is, suppose if I want to have post metadata API, so I will just click this, and I know that Salesforce currently supports version 38, so 39 I don't think it supports now. So you see group ID, artifact ID, version, all these things are there. So I just have to come over here and then right click and then just copy paste. And Maven, when I push this button, clean and build, it will fetch those files and I will be able to import them in my project this way. So it is that simple. That's why Maven, it really is good. There is also an equivalent tool called Gradle, but I have not used Gradle much. So this is what thing is. So I'm not dwelling deep into any sort of particular technology. I'm not dwelling deep into Salesforce or authentication or OAuth versus username password flow, or Java, or how to build graphical interface in Java, or how to convert the executable jar files into exe. I'm not dwelling into that, but I'm using all these technologies to create this app. And you would think that this is so complex initially. I agree with that. Initially it is complex, but once you set up the environment, you would find that it's really very easy. Otherwise, if you are in a command line environment completely and using Sublime or some text editor, you can't add these frames. Like I'm doing the designing this way. So if you see the source code, this is so scary. Like just look at this generated code. So this much you have to write on your own if you are not using NetBeans. So who would know that? You just miss one line and it will throw some errors, so cryptic error, which you will never be able to figure it out. So there are many things. So a developer's job is to make the life of other developers easy, and he himself should have his own life easy so that he can build tools faster. I took just 3 days working 2 to 3 hours on an average per day to bring this up. So it would be very difficult for me, at least, to go by complete command line way and then just leverage the pom.xml and to be able to get this thing. I'm not much experienced in Java, so I'm a Salesforce developer, even though I had some Java experience previously. But there are many people who have years of experience, like 3 years, 5 years of experience, but they can't think even what's going on here. So why to rush into that? You have to master one technology, only then you will be able to do the tools. See, I am not that master in Java, or I'm not that master in Salesforce also. I'm good in both. So using combination of all the things, we can create these tools, right? So thank you guys, thank you for watching. If the video is confusing, or if I am saying something it doesn't make sense, you can just put your comments down in the video, and this source code would be going to GitHub, and we would improvise a little bit, and we would get the UI and all the other stuffs going on. So if you want to learn specific things, you can ask me in the comment, and I will make more videos based on this video. I will take separate routes now. Salesforce part, I will cover this all the APIs which are available in Salesforce, how we can use them, and sometimes I will be using external tools, sometimes I will be dealing with Apex. So we will cover this integration specific. I will make one complete playlist like I have in Lightning. So that I will do, and I will also go this route to means how to write good Java programs and algorithms, all this stuff. I will also have something called how to develop graphical interfaces. This is just a Swing technology I am using. Swing is a Java kind of a wrapper which makes UI components. We will also dwell into graphics like OpenGL and Canvas, 3D video rendering, and all those things. Also, we would go. We would take this path, graphical interface development in Java, towards heavy graphics oriented OpenGL and those stuffs. I will also cover how to connect Java and C++ programs, so that we can use other technologies here also. I will not go for mobile application per se, maybe later, but this particular tool set I will specifically focus on the tools which I am using, which is Java, Salesforce APIs, Maven, and basic Java algorithms. So that's all, guys. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.